friends, welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 33. My name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan and our two cats, Dixie and Daisy. I love to crochet. I'm learning how to knit. You can find all that yarny goodness on Instagram and Ravelry. I am LoriLulu327. You can email me. That's a good way to get a hold of me. LoriLulu327@gmail.com. And also, I have a Ravelry group for this podcast. There's a link in the description box down below. Head on over there, introduce yourself, say how you doing. Do you like to crochet? Do you like to knit? When did you learn? All that. Anyway, but the podcast group name is Lori Lulu Crochet. But, link down below. And any yarns and patterns I talk about will be linked down below as well, just in case something strikes your fancy. Okay, so I'd like to welcome any new viewers and returning viewers. Hello again, I'm glad you're here. So, shall we just get started? How are you all doing? These are crazy times, aren't they? I'm hoping to get through this without crying. We'll see. So I'll just kind of go through a timeline of what Ryan and I have been through these last 2 weeks. It's been crazy. It has been crazy. So Ryan has a coworker who went on vacation and came back, was back for one day, which was a Thursday, then called off Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the next week, she wasn't there. Thursday, Ryan gets to work, they have a meeting. She is in the hospital with a fever of 107, which is crazy scary high. Like, oh my gosh, that freaked me out. And then, they did the test, the coronavirus test. They were waiting for the results. And then, of course, everybody freaks out. Oh, should we even be here? Well, we don't have a contingency plan in place right now. So, business as usual. You've already been exposed if she has it. So, they finished out the day. And then they were closed that Friday, and they were going to be closed for the weekend to deep clean the school. For those of you who don't know, my husband's day job is as a special needs instructor at a school for special needs adults. He works with the adults. There's a school side for children, but he works with the adult side, and it's just down the street. So Ryan messaged me while I was at work. Hey, I have a coworker who possibly has coronavirus. I don't know. I will let you know when we know. I'm like, okay. He's like, we're closed for tomorrow for cleaning. I'm like, okay. So Friday, I went to work. Came home because Ryan had been off. He had dinner ready for me when I got home. So that was nice. Had dinner. I ran to my local yarn shop, which is Llama Llama Ding Dong. They are just down the road here. Friday nights is, they call it Stitch Together, which is a knit night, or crochet if you want to crochet. And I was sitting there, I was working on a project, finishing it, which I will show it to you soon. And I had just finished it. I had brought another project to work on. I was working on that. And then it was like, all of a sudden, just like that. Like my stomach, like I could just feel all the food sitting in my gut. Like it was really heavy in my gut. And it got all clammy. My muscles started tensing. I was like, oh no, this is not good. So I went to the bathroom to see if maybe urinating or anything like that would help. Nope. And so as I'm washing my hands, I see, you know, how pale I am. It's like, you need to go home. And so I immediately, ladies, I gotta go. I'm not feeling, it just hit me. I'm not feeling good. Get home. Within about half an hour, my dinner came up. And that started a whole night of eliminating that way. It was a long night. It was so bad. In the midst of all of this, my husband comes up, you know, to chat with me, see how are you doing, all that. He's like, I just got the email. It is confirmed that my coworker has coronavirus. Okay, hold on. I gotta run to the bathroom again. So my husband Ryan ended up calling my boss Ryan, because tax season, I work Saturdays. And he's like, Lori has got the stomach flu, so she won't be in tomorrow. And then also, you know, he let my boss know that he had been exposed to coronavirus, so I've kind of been exposed to it too. And if, you know, my boss had any questions, Ryan would be happy to answer. So Saturday, I had the day off, recuperating. I was going to record a podcast, but I just had no energy. That's why this is a week late. Then, because of Ryan's exposure and the fact that we serve, you know, my husband's a pastor. Hold on. Okay, so since my husband's a pastor, and most of the people in our church are elderly people, we decided we're going to close the church. No church activities for the next 2 weeks. So Sunday we had the day off too, which was kind of nice. I'm like, hey, I needed to recuperate from stomach flu. And then Sunday night, Ryan got a message from some of his coworkers. One of the individuals, like the special needs individuals, was in the hospital. And they had heard from so-and-so who heard from so-and-so who heard from so-and-so that he has coronavirus. Ryan was like, well, we have no official word yet. Let's not panic. I'm like, okay. And this is a guy that Ryan has daily contact with. His coworker that has it, he probably had like a 10-second conversation with her as they were walking to lunch together. So he didn't really have contact with her. This guy, he has daily contact with. So, because his coworker was tested positive, they said they were going to close the school for 2 weeks. So Ryan was off work. So Monday, I still go to work because, you know, there's only, how does the quote go? There's only 2 things certain in life, but death and taxes. So as an office manager for CPA, we got to get the taxes done. So I had I sanitized as much as I could. I had a lady who covers lunch. She sanitized like crazy. The lady who comes in the evenings, she sanitized too. Like, we just try to keep things as clean as possible. Because, you know, we're working with the public and we don't know who you've been in contact with. It's just been a scary week. Very anxious. And, you know, every day things were changing. It was just crazy. And then Wednesday, the lady who fills in for the evenings for me, she came in. She works for an event planner who does concerts and conferences and all kinds of stuff. They have no business right now. So she comes in and she's like, well, I'm laid off. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad for some of these people whose livelihoods are now ruined. And then yesterday, Friday, we got news that the governor was going to be putting the entire state of Illinois in a stay-at-home order, so it's pretty much locked down. Unless you work for a hospital, restaurant, grocery store, gas station, stay home. That's pretty much what. So, I have the next couple weeks off, unexpectedly. Yeah, we have this stay-at-home order until April 7th. Today is March 21st. I'm just, what? Oh my goodness. Although it was announced yesterday that they are extending the tax filing deadline to July, so my boss was like, summer is just gonna suck. Yeah, it is. But those who are gonna be missing their appointments in the next 2 weeks will have time to get them in. I just don't think Ryan said, my boss Ryan, said that he was not gonna do extended hours all the way through July. He's like, I'm not, I can't. I'm like, I can't do it either. And our associate, his associate Mickey, he can't do it either. So, it's like I'm anxious, and I'm angry, and I'm scared, and I'm disappointed. Like, it's one thing to, cancel March Madness. I mean, yeah, that's disappointing. Try to get myself together. We just got word about my husband's ordination service. Which my heart breaks for him, because he's worked hard to be an ordained pastor. And so you have this big service, this big ceremony. We can't fly in the general superintendent, who has to kind of officiate everything. We can't have all our families there, because there's 5 people that were being ordained this year. So all the families of them, plus all the pastors, plus all the church families, that, like, it's a big gathering, it's a big deal. And Ryan said that, they're meeting next week. The district board is meeting next week to kind of figure out what to do, with the possibility of postponing it till next year. Okay, so stay safe out there, people. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face, as I just did. I find I do that a lot now. My nose itches all the time. I think it's just an allergy thing. Which, thank goodness, that horrible cough that I had is gone. That would be horrible to have right now. Everybody looking at you like, what? Do you have it? No, I don't have it. I've been monitoring my temperature every day. Make sure I don't have a fever. Especially in light of Ryan's coworker having 107. No, thank you. So anyway, shall we get on with the yarny goodness? I think so, yeah. Okay, pull myself together now. Let's get on with finished objects. And yes, I have several to show you. First one I want to show you is living in this adorable llama bag that our church gave me for, was it Christmas? Pastor appreciation? I can't remember. I think it was pastor appreciation because it was, yeah. Anyway, so this cute llama bag. I have a cute llama pin that says Yarn Life because right now I'm excited for my yarn life. So the project in here is actually my own design. It is the Clifton Cowl. Yay! So here we are. This cute Ravenclaw progress keeper. That's where I was last time. So here we are. I made one before. This is my second time trying this pattern out. If you want to test, I need testers. Yeah? So this is going to be a hooded cowl. Of course, now that it's spring, I don't need this so much, but it'll keep everything nice and warm with the coat. Yeah. Or just pull it down and still keep nice and warm. The yarn that I used, sorry, dropped the bag. The yarn that I used is Yarn Bee Katarina in the colorway Thistle. Isn't that gorgeous? All the blues and purples. I love it. I will say, the first skein of yarn that I had, I would have moments where, like, yarn wasn't spun very tight, and then there'd be parts where it was spun too tight. So, I mean, I have all these places, and because of the texture of this, it's like I wanted you to be able to see the texture, so this was not going to work. There were 7 spots that I had to cut out of this. But then the second skein was fine. So, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, look at all that lovely texture and those beautiful colors. I just love this. I'm so happy with how it turned out. So again, I need testers. If you have the time now, maybe, you can get that done. Message me, LoriLulu327@gmail.com, and I will send it out to you. Alright? Okay. The second finished object that I have is a shocker to me. I wasn't expecting to get them done this soon. But they are my Lisa Frank socks. Yeah! So they have been living in my Wonder Woman bag from Allegheny Fiber Arts Studio. Oh, Allegheny Fiber Arts. Sorry. Link down below. She does some awesome yarn colors. So the reason I like this bag for socks, because I do them 2 at a time, and it has this nice little divider here in the middle, so I can have all the yarn for one sock on this side, all the yarn for the other sock on this side. The yarn that I used, hold on, what's going on here? So the toes that I used, I don't have the ball of yarn in there. Anyway, oh, can you even see it? There you go. I don't even know the manufacturer of it, but it's just a white sparkly one. Mini skein that I found at my local yarn shop. This ball of yarn is from West Yorkshire Spinners. It's their signature 4-ply. I think all the information will be down below. But the colorway is called Rum Paradise. But being a 90s girl, this just reminds me of Lisa Frank. The pattern that I used can't forget to tell you that, is the basic toe-up socks pattern by Wendy Geckner, who's my friend from my old yarn group. Hi, Wendy. I did have a question, Wendy. What is the name of this heel pattern? The ladies at Llama Llama were asking me. I was like, it doesn't say. So anyway. So last time I showed you, I was here with this lovely purple stripe. I was doing the increases, and then I got to the heel. The heel I loved. It was fast. It was super easy. It's just not good for striped yarn. Yeah. So as you can see, like on this heel here, like I would have ended up with a purple stripe here where I'd ended with a green here. And so I kind of spliced the yarn so from the front the rainbow continues the way it is. Of course, these are my placemat sock blockers. So anyway, I'm super happy with how these turned out. Yeah, here's my lovely Bahamas progress keeper. So now that I've shown you, I can wear them now. I finished these. These were what I was working on before I got sick at Llama Llama. So yeah, so the toes, and then I have a little, like 10 rows of the cuff or in the white. And then I bought more of that stuff for more heels, toes, and cuffs. So, finished object number 2. There's more. Now this one, like, I've never talked to you about. It was just like, oh, I'm sitting here watching TV. Let's do some of these. So it's living in my avocado bag. Aren't they cute? This is from Slip Stitch Studios. I have my Claudia Crochet Luna. Oh, there's a hair. Pin. It's called Happiness is Crochet from Claudia of Crochet Luna podcast. Link to her Etsy shop down below. So Hannah from the Cozy Cottage, she had done some face scrubbies, I guess you want to call them. Instead of using those one-time use cotton pads, like, yeah, I kind of like that idea. Reusable face scrubbies. Especially because the kind that I got this last time, of the disposable ones, like you do one swipe and like the whole thing kind of falls apart. I'm like, that's not cool. I don't like that. So, kind of made up my own pad. I looked at some, kind of made up my own thing. So I have 18 so far. I've been using some of them. These are ones I made last weekend while I was home recuperating. Watching Mary Poppins, of course. So here they are. You can see these are the plain beige ones. So it's pretty much 10 double crochet in a magic loop. The next row you do 2 double crochet in each stitch, so then you end up with 20. The next row you do single crochet. Of course, these are all US terms. You do single crochet, you do 1 in one stitch, 2 in the next, 1, 2, 1, 2. So then you end up with 30. And then I did these little picot stitches around. So it's a chain 3, skip a stitch, slip stitch in the next. That makes sense to you? I hope it did. That's real simple. So the cotton that I used, I have 3 kinds here. So I have the peaches and cream and the colorway denim, so there's one of them. It's cream and blues all mixed together. There's the actual ball of it. That's denim. That's Peaches and Cream denim. We then have Peaches and Cream in green stripes. And so you have all these different colors, shades of green, which they're so pretty. I like these a lot. That ball looks like this. And then the last one I used was Lion Brand Kobu in the colorway beige. And it's just plain beige. So I have about 18 of them. As you can tell, I still have a lot of yarn left over. So this may just be something that sits by my chair in the living room while we're watching movies. Because I think I did 8 of them during a Hallmark movie. Like, they're super fast. That's not with weaving in the ends though. But now that I've shown you, I can get these washed and start using them. Yay! I have a hook inside the linen closet in my bathroom, and I've put a garment bag. I just hang it there, and so when I use one, throw it in there. Easy peasy, and they won't get lost in the wash. Alright, the next segment is makes in progress. I have a couple that I want to talk to you about. So let's get started. First one is living in my Disney Cruise Line bag. There we go. You can see the official logo there. On it I tied this ribbon from the chocolate factory that we went to when we were in the Bahamas on our Disney cruise. Which, let me tell you, that's been a coping mechanism this last week. Since I can't go on a Disney cruise, I'll watch Disney vlogs about it. I'll watch people's vlogs about their Disney cruise. And I'll leave a link to like my favorite couple down below. They do an awesome job at vlogging their Disney cruises. But then also, I have my Tangled button, which is Go Live Your Dreams, because we got to go eat at Rapunzel's royal table on our cruise. Anyway, so in this is my Ebbing Tides shawl, which is by Samantha Hovar of the Sam Squeak podcast, a fellow Chicagoan who is now in lockdown as well. Let's see. Do I have the ball band? I do. So for this shawl, I'm using Yarn Bee Rainbow Rhapsody in the colorway Teal of Fortune. It is 60% cotton, 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. It's 918 yards of yarn. Basically, I took 2 of those and I kind of spliced it together because it's an ombre thing, an ombre cake. And so I kind of want to make it like nice and big and comfy. So you ready to see how much I've gotten done so far? Now this has been all this week. This has been stuff that I've worked on at work in between all the craziness. So here we are. Ta-da! I can't talk too much. Excuse me. I can't talk too much about the pattern. It is a paid-for pattern. But you have this nice cable along the one side. And it is a very meditative kind of work. Because each row gets longer and longer. So here at this lovely little lighthouse, I figured Ebbing Tides need a lighthouse. Progress keeper. That's where I was last time. So that is all that I've done this week. So it starts, my shawl starts in gray, it gets darker and darker, and then it fades to the green, which I started the green on Tuesday, which was St. Patrick's Day. I thought that was very fitting. And then it'll get darker into a darker teal. So that's fun. That will get a lot of love this week, I'm sure. The other project that I've been making is my Starry Night Cowl, which is the sock head cowl by Kelly McClure. The yarn that I'm using is from 100 Ravens. It is their Starry Night colorway. So it's these lovely purples and yellows. I love it. And of course, since it's a Starry Night colorway, it has to live in my Starry Night bag. Oh, and here's my llama corn pin. So, this is a knitting project. Again, I'm learning to knit. So, here we are. This cute little unicorn is where I was last time. And I've just been knit as much as I can. And we have, let's hold it this way. There we go. This has kind of been my church project because it's easy to sit like at Bible study or in Sunday school and just knit and keep talking to people, you know? And then last night I stitched together with my local yarn shop, Llama. We did it virtual knit night over Zoom, and so I worked on this. I think I did about 6 rounds of it. So it's slowly coming along, slowly. But I'm enjoying the process, you know? I get on my husband for saying that a lot, so maybe I should stop. Okay, last segment is my to-be section. Things that I'm going to start. And I'm so excited. Because since I finished a pair of socks, I need to start another pair of socks. So, they are kind of in this lovely bag I got from Kalisha from the Quirky Monday Craft Cast. And she also sent me these buttons. So no problema. Save the drama. Yeah, save the drama for your llama. You can even see those. Part of me is like, oh, maybe I should start and have 2 pairs of socks on the go. And then I'm like, but I have all these other projects that I'm working on too. So this afternoon I will be starting a pair of socks because I'm doing 2 at a time, per usual. Here is that ball of yarn. I couldn't find it earlier. So this is a mini skein of, I think it's 75, 20, and then 5% of the stellina. That'll give it that sparkle. So I went and bought 2 more mini skeins of that, just so I could have heels, toes, and cuffs for some of these. So the next pair of socks is going to be as long as they can be because these are leftovers that I had in my stash. And you can see. So it's this lovely light pink. It has pops of blue. You can see that blue. There's even pops of hot pink in here as well. This is from Adelaide Fiber Company. They're a Michigan company, and she actually had a trunk show at my local yarn shop this summer. This is the colorway Birthday Cake, which I bought for my birthday, so this is pretty awesome. I went ahead and split it, so I have, and one of the things I purchased a food scale so I can weigh my yarn, make sure I'm splitting it evenly. Yeah, so this part is I hand wound, and this part was from the cake that I still had from before. Anyway, so these will be cast on today or tomorrow, and I will get started on socks, and we'll see how much this will give me. And this pair is where I'm going to start. I want to learn how to do the fish lips kiss heel. So that's my plan for that. Like I said, so my Make 9 is all knitting stuff because I want to expand my horizons. Mostly it's socks that I'm knitting, but I want to try different heels and stuff. I really like the 2 at a time because when you're done, you've got a pair of socks. You don't have to worry about second sock syndrome. So, yeah, I'm excited. Can you tell? And then the last thing I wanted to show you, I don't know how many of you watch Holly from The Proper Pineapple. Hi, Holly! But she did a 12 Days of Christmas giveaway over Christmas. And I totally get it, life gets in the way, totally fine. But I won a prize. I finally got it this week or last week. I can't remember. But it had a notepad that said good vibes, and it has pineapple on it. She got, I had one of her shawl cuffs, which I've already used. Those are really nice. So when you wrap your shawl around, you just button this leather cuff around, and it holds your shawl in place. I think I wore it Tuesday, because the shawl I wore my Just Feel Better shawl because I've been anxious about everything, and it has green in it because St. Patrick's Day you have to wear green, and I was going to vote, so I was like, I just want to feel better about all of this. Anyway, so then I have the shawl cuff to hold it on, but the yarn that was in it, isn't it just so pretty? I love how blue this is. It's gorgeous. This is from, she gets the Knit Crate. Is that what it is? The monthly subscription. So this, yeah, Knit Crate. Check the tag, Lori. So this is the Knit Crate Knitology. It's their Knitology Glowing Worsted. So it's a worsted weight, so it's not fingering. That's nice. It is 40% superwash merino, 30% silk, and 30% alpaca. It's worsted weight, so you get 150 yards in this. And the colorway is C. And when I found out that I won, I immediately started thinking of a design. So this will be used for a very special design. It will again be a part of my Inspiring Women collection, which my Clifton Cowl, I totally forgot to mention that. The Clifton Cowl is inspired by Lucy Maud Montgomery, who is the author of Anne of Green Gables. My next design is inspired by Louisa May Alcott, who is the author of Little Women. I don't know how many of you went to go see the movie Little Women. I loved it. It's not traditional, like, it jumps around in the storyline, but it was just so beautiful, and all the knitted socks that they wore, I was just like, I told Ryan I wanted to go jump in the movie and just live in the movie, and he's like, well, what time was it set in? I was like, around Civil War. He's like, you want to go back to Civil War? I was like, no, I want to live in that movie. It was just so pretty. He's like, what? Anyway, so I have a plan ready for Louisa May Alcott. Special design for her using this lovely yarn. I'm so excited. Which I thought was pretty, I don't know, it just hit me. You have Lucy Maud, so LM. You have Louisa May, LM. And then there's me, Lori Michelle, LM. What? Sorry, that was a weird tangent. I will see you later. I hope you have, I don't want to say a great time, but I hope, I hope you stay safe. I hope you stay healthy. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others, because we all need to be taking care of each other right now. Things are just so crazy. So yeah, I will have plenty of time right now for the next few weeks to work on stuff. I hope your time off, if you have it, is productive. And I may do little vlogs throughout this whole time. I don't know. We'll see how things go. I just don't know. These times are so uncertain. But I do know that God loves you. I love you. And so I will see you later. Bye.